It's a big question with the two answers you have to choose. Read it carefully, take a minute of time, then choose answer. Use elimination technique also. Okay, started getting answers already. All right, in YouTube, I'm getting alphabet B, D. I have Pavan says E and B. Swapnil says D and E. Wow, I'm getting different combinations. Chup, 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 chup. How about here? Here I'm getting Ojas said something. Anisha has given answer. Ketan has given answer. Give a try. Everyone give a try. What's the answer coming up for you? Boom, 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 boom. C and D, A and E. When they ask multiple answers, multiple choice, big tricky, isn't it? One answer, I think we can choose. When they ask two, I think our brain is a bit, ooh, which one to choose? Okay, so I could see which alphabet is highly repeated. I'll see YouTube. In YouTube, I'm seeing D is frequent, B is also frequent, E is also there. Let's see here. I'm seeing more alphabet with the D and E is coming more. B is also coming now. Very tricky. I couldn't figure out which alphabet is highly represented. Okay. At least the C is very less, that I can say. C is very less. Okay, first, thanks all for giving the answers. Now, let's take a minute to analyze the question. Okay, one thing about this exam is proper understanding of the question can help us to corner the answer. So now, help me. There are 4 lines in this question. In this 4 lines, which term or which wordings are, are more important to choose an answer? Or which is interesting wordings here in the first line? What is interesting word in the first line? One word interesting in the first line.
Unfamiliar.
Agile.
Unfamiliar with the agile approach.
Agile approach.
Unfamiliar. Okay. Is this a common? Is it happening in the world right now? Someone joining with unfamiliar with some concept. Is it common?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Common, right? You cannot expect. Should I expect everyone joining on the first day to be a superstar of everything? I doubt. I doubt. What about the second line? Any interesting words in the second line?
Simply nervous.
Nervous. Nervous. Should one person be nervous in the job? Will it help them to achieve something?
No.
But we have been there, right? As a human, we are also been there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But do we all know that when we read the books in PMP, there is a place called a psychological safety? Huh? We talk about the subject psychological safety. By the way, if you all are aware that if one thing kills a human being, means, you know, what is that?
Fear.
Yeah.
What other people think.
Not the real death, the fear of death. You know that? The fear of death, fear of missing our loved one, fear of failing the exam, fear of not accepted in the community or a group, fear of not looking good. Is this true as a human being? We all have this fear, right?
One more thing, Shri, majorly in the project teams, fear of conflict is what killing us.
Fear of conflict, yeah. Because of conflict, even a good idea, we don't propose it, right?
Yeah.
We keep quiet. It's a good idea, but I'm a bit fear what if my idea was shot down, or I don't want to mess up with my senior architect or a manager. That's also
Exactly.
true, right? Because John is a senior architect in the company. Everyone respect him, but John idea doesn't look good. But you have a good idea. But when I say that, John will feel bad. Then I'll keep quiet. I'll keep with me. I may say this idea in the car parking with someone. I may say this idea with someone in the water dispenser area. Right? Okay. Fear is one thing. If you read the books of fear, you'll be so surprised to see that if a person can come out of fear in life and have a well ethical behavior, they will have a wonderful life. I'll be very careful to say out of fear plus ethical behavior. Why should I mix ethics here? If you come out of the fear, you become a free bird. And when you become a free bird, if ethics is not there, you will do all stupid things in the life. You know that? So, without fear plus ethics, and that's a beautiful life somebody can live. It's so hard, but it's possible. Okay, let's come back here. So, visibly nervous is someone is not good there. Let's go to third line. Uh, Tell me one word, interesting line in this third line.
Criticized.
Criticized. When an operations engineer who often criticizes a previous work, I don't think it's a current work, right? It's a previous one. Still, is it important?
Yes.
Okay. Unexpectedly, look like we didn't invite this guy, but this guy is here. Gives very direct feedback about the prototype. When they say feedback, is it positive or negative? What do you want to interpret from here?
As it is nervous, maybe negative.
Negative, since it's criticized.
No. Let's be a little carefully. That's why I'm reading this line carefully. When an operations engineer who often criticize their previous work, not current work.
He might have took it wrong because it could be a retrospective meeting where we discuss what went wrong, what went well. So it would be positive.
Okay. Is this here they're telling John usually wears a green shoe? Today he is in office. John usually wear green color shoe. Today he is in office. That's a message, right? Who often criticize their previous work appears unexpectedly. They're telling what kind of person is John. That's what they're saying. They didn't tell this person criticizes today. Are you getting that point? They didn't tell they say that John usually criticizes. Okay, fine. But it gives a very direct feedback. Question to you, when somebody gives a feedback, should I say negative feedback or positive feedback? How should I differentiate it? Feedback is a feedback. Okay, let's leave that part there. Any other interesting words in this line?
Leaves the room quickly.
Quickly. Very good. Now, when you observe this scenario, the whole scenario, this scenario, does it happen in any project? Does it happen or possible to happen?
Yeah, possible
Yes.
to happen.
Possible to happen. So this is not a alien scenario, right? It's a very happening scenario, or anytime it could happen in your office also, in my office also. It's highly possible. Very good.
Right.
Tomorrow you join a new company, I may be that visible nervous person. isn't it? Possible. Now, the question is targeting someone. Who is they targeting? The
Team.
question is targeting team.
Team.
Very good. When I say team, team could include project manager, team could include scrum master, team could include product owner, team could include the engineers who work on it, team could include the architect, team could include the people who work at the ground level. Could be anyone, right? Team is a collection of people. I don't know who all part of this team. They say team. They have to respond to this situation. Okay, very good. Now, if I understand this question, there are some situations happening. How should they respond? Now, you help me. Let's keep two people here. Let's keep X person who is newly joined. And let's keep a Y person who gave feedback. Now, in this two people, who is right, who is wrong in this scenario? X and Y, who is right, who is wrong? Anything right or wrong is neutral. What is happening here? Right, wrong, neutral. What is happening here?
It's neutral because
Seems neutral.
right, wrong might just, we might not be aware of the entire situation. So it would be a neutral thing.
Neutral. Uh-huh. If it is neutral, why somebody has to leave quickly?
Something wrong happened because it's get nervous and it's leave room quickly.
Something has happened. Okay.
Because it's a new team member, so he is new to the situation. So maybe he's never been into that kind of situation, so he leaves immediately.
So something is wrong.
It's not. I would say it's not wrong. Like he never experienced such a things before, maybe.
For him, it's a new experience. Okay. All right. Good. Thanks for all the points there. Now, help me. Out of this A, B, C, D, E, is there any one answer doesn't fit as if team is responding? Because answer is asking team response. There should be some answer, team doesn't respond. Someone is responding. Who is
A
that?
option.
The product owner should approach the team.
A option A.
But product owner is part of the team, right? Why can't he or she can participate? Do this. Just I'm challenging you.
It's a scrum
Because-
But
master role.
why product owner reach to the team member to find out his history? It's not the job of product owner.
Why the hell you look for the history, geography? You want geography of nothing needed. So you're telling this cannot happen. Okay, you want to push this out. Okay. I know some of you choose A also. If you have any justification for A, please feel free to say that. But I'm hearing that people feel this person should not do this.
Yes.
This is what I'm at least getting feel. If anyone have a different choice, let me know. Any other answer which still doesn't involve the team? Anything here we can strike out?
C option, Shri. Even though it involves team, it is saying that some hold the team meeting. I mean, all the members were there in the meeting already. So hold a team meeting. What they know about this situation is not leading anywhere. So, I mean, I feel
Okay. Okay, let's read it. Hold a team meeting to find out from other team members what they know about this situation. Look like it's an inquiry is happening. Right? So you feel this inquiry is not needed or inquiry will not help. Is it the answer? Is the way I'm seeing?
yes,
That's it.
inquiry is not needed. Also, it will not help here to respond for the team members' concern or the issue what he is facing.
Okay, it won't take us forward. That's a
Correct.
message. Okay, very good, very good. That is moving forward is important. Very good, nice. Good. So A goes out, C goes out. Now we have three choices. In this three, two have to choose.
This is where confusion.
This is the main, this is how it all starts. Now only your question reading ability should be good. If in question I see that there's a problem, my answer will be different. If I don't see that as a problem, my answer will be different. Okay. Now we have to see the three answers, right? In this three answer, if in main exam you come to this kind of a place, stop here, go back and read the question again now. Because Now, when you read the question second or third time, your brain is better processed because you know what are the answers. B is answer, D is answer, C is answer. You will read the answer, then you read the question. That also helps you. Now, let's start figuring out which is the best out of it all because you have to choose two answers. Definitely one will be the best answer.
B.
Which one goes to the best here, topmost?
B.
D.
B for, let's say, Bangalore. Why it is so best here? Anyone want to justify?
It is a self-organizing team. It is one of the principle in the Agile.
Uh-huh.
One of the
Okay. Which principle you want to refer to this? Any principle?
I'm sure it is one among it, but I'm not sure which one it is. But team, they have to self-organize and self-motivated.
Adapt and self-organize.
Okay, there is a principle number 12 in Agile, which says, what it says, at regular intervals, team reflects on their own behavior and adjust and tune accordingly, right? So now allow the team members to figure out their own relationships since this is a self-organizing team. But when you say allow the team to do this, is it something that we are not helping them? Are we throwing them in the fire? Or this is the expectation of an agile team?
Yes, but the new person do not know this expectation. So for him, it's a new topic, agile actually, which is written in the first line in the question.
Okay.
So probably one need to put effort to explain him the culture of agile.
Okay. So you still have doubt with answer B, isn't it?
No, I don't have. I'm like saying this is something new person cannot do. So the B should not answer.
Okay.
This promotes continuous learning and improvement also.
Okay.
Maybe he is given opportunity there.
Okay, then let's park B as an answer. Look like people feel positive, but still let's not confirm it. Now let's move a little down here. I have D and E here. Let's see which one can go out of this. The team lead should reiterate team lead. The team lead, when I say it could be a project lead, it could be a project manager, it could be a scrum master, someone who knows the team proportion, team handling, should reiterate the ground rules at the next retrospective meeting. Nothing but the 12th principle. Okay. Especially the engagement protocols and communication standards. Now, how good this will help the team? Will it help or will it put pressure on the team?
It will help, Shri, because some problem they have faced in the demo meeting. So after that, they are going and discussing in the retrospective what they usually do. And also they are the team lead is reiterating maybe the charter or the ground rules and the communication standards. I feel this will help.
Help. Is it anything we are forcing here or only visualizing what we're doing here?
Here, the problem is only with one team member. The rest of the team doesn't show any dissatisfactions. So if we change the ground rule, it will affect the other people. Maybe they are comfortable with the current situation or setup.
Are they changing the ground rule or reiterating?
They are just
reiterating. They're not changing.
They are reading again. That's it.
As a team, for example, 11-member team there, we are sitting in a conference room and the team lead, scrum master, someone who knows the agile process, brings it in connects a laptop with a big screen and says that what is the way of working? This is how we have to work, which means the meeting starts by 10 o'clock and we all be here. And we will use less with the mobile and laptop, rather focus on the meeting. Come on, man, these things you have to say. Yeah, that's how we wrote the ground rules. And when there is a stakeholder involved in the meeting, we prefer to ask more better questions or involve with them. Kind of you have a way of working, how you proceed with the conflict management, how you handle some misdirections in the team, or how a time management will happen. You write all this down. So it could be 11 or 12 points. Somebody read the points. By reading the points, are we educating everyone in the team? That's happening there? Kind of a education there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it? But still, let's not conclude the answer here. Let's hold the answer. We'll come down. E. Facilitate a face-to-face meeting between the new team member and the operations engineer. That means these two people, X and Y. So a meeting is going to be set between X and Y. Now, how beneficial it is or why this should happen?
It's a conflict management.
Conflict management. Okay. If it is conflict management, do we see any conflict in the question already? These two people had any conflict here?
It's not, it's a kind of misunderstanding. So basically, we are setting some sort of understanding between them.
Okay. Misunderstanding. And that's an interesting term. Interesting term. I'm trying to see where misunderstanding happened here. Can one of you help me? What kind of misunderstanding between these two people?
So sorry, not product owner. What is his name? Yeah, engineer. He was giving a positive feedback, but that the other person, the team member, who is not unaware of the process, and he took something as a negative, then he started leaving the room.
But this after the meeting, right?
Right. Okay.
Someone is. Is it misunderstanding? Let's imagine the meeting is for between 2 to 3 p.m. is a meeting. 2 to 3 p.m. is meeting. And there is a demonstration happening and there is a feedback given. Feedback could be on the product or on the process. They didn't mention what it is, but they say about the prototype. When I say prototype, I will take it as a product. A product, I showed them how it will work. Let's imagine you should take the example of a 3D printer. I took a 3D printer and I show how the 3D printer will print a mic like this, a 3D mic. And they are giving a feedback. The mic should be something like that, or some feedback is given. 3 o'clock meeting gets over. And after the meeting goes, everyone is moving the room. But this new person walks fast out of the room. Now, where is the conflict? Now, imagine this happens. By 5 o'clock, I'm setting up a meeting. 4:30. Okay, 5 in India, it will work. In Europe, it's 4:30. 5 o'clock, no one will come. 4:30 to 5, I'm setting up a meeting. With whom I'm setting up a meeting is meeting with the Y person, meeting with the X person, calling that, let's do a face-to-face sync up to solve a problem. Now, the Y person who came for the prototype could be a client representative. And this person will ask me the first question, what is the agenda of this meeting? Why this meeting is happening? Do you think this person will ask this question?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely he'll ask. Yep.
Yes.
Will happen. Why this meeting is happening? This person will not have any clue. She will question me. I'll put she. She will question me. Shri, why are you setting this meeting, Shri? I don't understand. I gave a feedback. We on the prototype. I think you guys have to work on it and come back. You have any questions on that? I would say no. Actually, in my team, John joined. John left the room quickly. We expect John is unhappy. Shall we sit in for a meeting? What will be the reaction of that particular client? When you say this to the client, what will be the reaction of the client? Does it make any value for the client when you put a meeting like this?
So I think it's not necessary.
Right, a little bit tricky. No, I'm just questioning. You can challenge me also. I'm trying to see that how much value she will gain out of it or team will gain out of it. She will be surprised. Why I can come. I'm not denying that, but I'm a bit surprised. What should I do there? I believe this is your team effort. You guys have to sit and talk. How can you help the person? I'm happy to help, but I'm a client. I'm not to show about the prototype. I have to give a feedback. It's my nature to give a direct feedback. But if you see anything wrong in it, probably we have to discuss as a group. But one-to-one, I doubt. They will ask me. Also, if I put a one-to-one like this, I'm going to make my team member also a little bit discomfort, isn't it? Now I'm going to target this person, put it in front of the client, and I'm going to expose too much. Already this person is nervous. On top of nervousness, I'm going to put in front of somebody and put them into some more questions. Will I make little more discomfort?
Correct.
That's also possible. Or it can go other side also. Other side means the person says, thanks, Shri. Now I feel more relieved. I spoke to this person. I really understood what's the problem. Now I'm free. That also could happen. That also could happen. But if this person is a really shy person, more nervous person, first of all, they won't come for the meeting. If you said 4:30 is a meeting, they won't be in office, they run away. Really? Yeah, I don't want to sit in front of the client. Could be. So I'm trying to put you many, many scenarios to confuse you. The reason is when you sit in the exam hall or in an interview, this could be a real scenario question. If someone is nervous, how are you going to handle it? Let me clear off all the points. Let's come back here again. Now we are sitting in an agile team. In agile team, they call us a open team for a self-organized way of working. I think people correctly marked out. This is a good one because they have to work out on relationships. This team has to do how they do, which means we are looking for a T-shaped employees and I-shaped employees. And all these people are called as knowledge workers. Do anyone remember the term knowledge workers?
Yes.
Knowledge workers, which means they are capable of thinking, they are capable of doing the job in a very effective way. So you have to give the team a room or a space for themselves to come back on this, which means every team member to be there to help someone is in this situation, not pinpoint the person because the person is unfamiliar, and we have to make them to very clear that in agile we have a short cycle of delivery. And in this short cycle, there will be feedback regularly given. And this feedback will help the team to improve the product, not anything personal. So there is a short cycle. For short cycle, we get the feedback. The feedback is to improve the product, nothing personal. And this is very common in agile approach. Maybe this person worked in a plan-driven model of project where they don't get feedback directly from the customer, where the product will be delivered end of the delivery cycle called single delivery. Do you remember single delivery, multiple delivery, periodic delivery, continuous delivery? What
Delivery
if,
cadence.
yeah, cadence, right? What if this person worked in single delivery, never met the client in the middle of the project, and suddenly they meet a continuous delivery where every week you meet the client, and this person feels discomfort? We have to help them to understand. For which, if I go to invite my customer to come and talk about it, they will come, but that will add more nervousness for the person. So face to face, even though it looks a nice terminology, I have a doubt on this answer. I have a doubt on this answer. Rather, the team lead here also, you don't show your power. You are not showing your power. How come, Shri? Yeah, you are not showing a power by changing anything. You can only reiterate. Really? Reiterate. After you reiterate, when this team thinks that anything can be upgraded after their discussion, then you may get this new ground rule got added. That too, team has to feel that that ground rule is needed. Rightly, somebody said here, if this team is already comfortable with the ground rule, don't touch it. That's a right sentence I heard. So you will not touch a ground rule which is already good there. All right, the answer goes to B and D. After all this discussion, how many of you doubted B and D could be a better answer?
Yes, after submission.
After some time, you got it right.
When I had the principle number 12, principle number 12 is going with B and D.
Now look at this. In exam, PMI is not asking you the principle directly, isn't it? They don't ask what is principle number 12. They don't ask you. They put a scenario and they will see how much you are aware of the principle. You remember in the class of summer, I would have said, ask you to write the principles. You remember that? The reason I ask people to write the principle is the principle should be inside you. Then only you will be able to answer this question. If not, this question I will answer by gut feel. What is my gut feel? My gut feel is let me put him into face-to-face meeting and solve the problem. I can, but what kind of a backfiring it can do? So I should see how can I make this team to realize their own potential. It is called autonomy. Have you heard this word autonomy? Autonomy, right? Or we heard the word called empowerment. What is empowerment? Team themselves think they can solve the problem. But this is not such an escalating problem. If it is an escalating problem, I will involve there. But if I allow my team to do this process on their own, it is also called a decentralization. Have you heard this word decentralization?
Yes, yes.
So look at the way how many terms are coming out. 12th principle is coming out, decentralization is coming out, autonomy is coming out, empowering is coming out in one question. So this is the way they frame the question, and I really don't know how PMI give weightage for question. Such a question come in the exam, you answer properly, maybe it's a good weightage. I personally don't know how they give the weightage, but these are the questions which are tricky question in the exam hall. Even now we know the answer, we drilled it down for 20 minutes. In main exam, you get 1 minute 30 seconds. In 1 minute and 30 seconds, it's pretty tricky because your brain has to quickly process it. Yeah, tricky part. Let's listen to Anisha. She has some thought. Yes, Anisha.
Yes, so Shri, in the answer B and compared to E, B will take more time to set the things, and as it is said, it's agile, but E is more time friendly, like it will take less time to create a transparency and to avoid the misunderstanding or conflicts to move quickly in the agile approach.
Okay, I didn't get you. What is the conclusion here?
So no, so my understanding is B is a more time consuming as it is already agile going on. If we give the time to team members, you never know when they will settle. Maybe the next meeting can be the same as well.
Okay.
But
So this is
E
a bit
is
time
more
consuming.
face to face where you just talk and you remove the misunderstanding, and it could be more like, oh, thank you so much, because it happened in my previous company where
Okay.
she directly came to me, my colleague, and she said, very nice, Anisha, it's a good transparency and we like get rid of it very quickly.
Very good.
So
What kind of
this,
misunderstanding happened there, if you would like to share it?
yeah, so there was a topic actually. And I said, my manager asked me to complete it. There was a training which I have to complete it by some deadline. And then I could not make that deadline, but I said we have to do this training next week. Also, the girl XY who joined it, she's new and she need more time to read. I said this in the meeting. So she came to me and she said, Anisha, I'm sorry, I don't want to like misunderstand, but I want to know because you also didn't read it, but why you take my name during the meeting? So I said, I am a project manager and I really don't need to go through this technical stuffs, but you are new and your contribution will be the more. So because you are just new, 2 days back you came. So the CEO is more agile person and he's very quick person. So I took her name so that he will be calm also. Yes, yes, she's very new
Nice,
and we should
nice,
not
nice.
force her. So
Very
in
good.
that way, I explained her and yeah, we
Okay.
discussed and we get rid of it.
Good to know that, Anisha. But one ask to Anisha, should
Yeah,
you discuss in the team meeting or you could have said directly to this person on one-on-one?
directly because
Could
she
be,
called
right?
me actually. She had this
Directly.
she
So we said
felt
in the
this.
meeting, after the meeting, that person came to you. This could be other way
Yeah,
also. We could have directly spoke to this person.
yeah,
Could be,
directly.
right?
Yeah,
Could
yeah,
be.
yeah,
You could have
yeah,
avoided further more time reduction.
yeah.
Okay. Coming back to the point here, good point you shared. Thanks for sharing the real example. Now, that's a good thing you said. There is a conflict between what we thought and what the team member thought. But in this question, do we see any such kind of conflicts on the prototype is being discussed or someone's specific way of working is being discussed? I somehow doubt I don't see that part here.
Okay.
This is some one individual who is nervous, who is feeling discomfort, whereas we are
But
not
he
talking
is
anything
always
technical.
feeling nervous when this operation engineers start something, what I understand. The team member
Uh-huh.
become visibly nervous when an operation engineer who often criticized their previous work and expected. So,
Okay.
like,
I think let me help you understand a little more. Let me repeat again. First thing,
okay.
this firmer is new to the team. Let's
Yeah.
imagine this person joined on February 1st. Okay, February 1st. And the statement reads here, but this is one of the thing in the exam, you have to read it carefully. At a weekly demo meeting, this a team member becomes visibly nervous when an operation. So let's say weekly demo happening on February 8th. I'm just giving dates, okay?
Yeah.
Joined on 1st, on 8th it's happening. Or January 1st they joined, 8th it's happening. Now, who they're introducing an engineer now. There is an operation engineer, let's say X or Y is an engineer, who often criticized their previous work. The previous could be in the year 2024. It could be in the month of December. It could be in the month of January, not the current product, previous work.
Yeah.
Now appears unexpectedly and gives a direct feedback. And this kind of nature person comes to your meeting, and in this meeting, the person is giving feedback. This is the first time or a second time it is a new team member seeing this feedback cycle itself. Now, where is the conflict mentioned here? And also, they're telling it's a feedback. Feedback on what? Prototype. Not on your dress code, not on the way you sit in the meeting, not on what you're talking. It's about the product. For this product, when there is a feedback, why should someone has to leave the door by closing it like this or quickly? That too after the meeting gets over. That's why I questioned you earlier, question everyone earlier. Do you see there is a problem, there is a no problem, or there is something neutral? If I mix this two sentence, often criticized, and this person nervous, I think I misunderstood the sentence. Isn't it? They are playing with the words, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah? But good, thanks for sharing those information. I heard one more person putting the hands up. Gangadhar, what's your thought?
This is not related to the questions, right? But the way you frame questions in mock tests or all, that is related to that. How often are we supposed to expect select two correct answers in the PMP final exam?
That's a good question. Out of 180 exam questions, we are seeing at least 3 or 4 question comes in match the following. You know match the following, right?
Yes,
Or
yes.
drag and drop. We are seeing 3 or 4 questions coming in. There's a drag and, double 2 answers, multiple answers. Which means out of 180, keep it 8 questions or sometime even less than that. Or max and max 170 questions will be objective type of a single answer. The rest 10 questions can play in this area.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. This also helps you to decide whether to take this answer or ignore the answer, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of select two, select three. And, this it's very
Okay.
hard when we select two correct answers and miss out on the third one, or select the correct one and miss out on the second one.
Tricky part. Yeah, good. Thanks for asking. Sudhir, what do you have?
Yeah, hi, Shri. Actually, yeah, my point of is my question is let's change the question, change the question. So in place of the operation guide, let's assume the conflict happens, and the conflict happens within the team member, right? So in that case, will means the face to face will be meeting the face to face will be the first priority to resolve the conflict.
So your question is, if in case there is a conflict happened, what will happen?
Yes. Yeah, conflicts may be some technical discussion, they are not agree. Some other behavioral conflicts happen, not the technical, right?
Okay.
So so that
Okay.
kind of conflicts happens, and
Sure. That's a good question. That's a good question. First, when the conflicts happen, it is good to do a understanding of the conflict origin, where it started. Imagine this kind of a conflict happened, and if you quickly put a face-to-face meeting, do you think in face-to-face meeting the conflict will resolve, or sometime will get aggravated if you are not a good facilitator?
It may drag, or it may
It may
not
aggravate.
close.
What if you don't understand where the conflict originated? You thought that let me call both of them for a coffee and discuss it. In the coffee, you want to be a cool guy. You will say, come on, guys, let's shake hands, let's be good. Joe. I don't think so, right? People fight on each other in the same coffee room. Whereas I individually had coffee with the both of them to first understand where the origin of the conflict, why it started. I got the understanding. After I got the understanding, now I bring the people together, make them to sit and talk. I know where to stop, where to start. I ought to direct them. Is it needed in some places?
Yes.
Okay, this is a real scenarios which I have done, I have been, where when a conflict, I know it's very tough. Some people are very tough people to handle. You may think, come on, guys, let's go. Life is short. We will live short life. They don't like any of philosophy. They will come to the point straight. Okay, you cannot go and do all the beating the bush. So this kind of people, conflicts are happening. If I put them immediately in the meeting for the conflict, they will fight in the room. Rather, first sit with these two people individually, talk to them. What happened? Can you explain from your perspective? Note on all the points, and we have to cross question them. What if this could have been prevented? They will give me a couple of points, note it down. And then talk to the other guy also, where it originated. What if you, as a manager, how you would have prevented it? They'll give me a couple of points, note it down. Give 1 day of time, 2 days at a time, then set up a meeting. In the setup a meeting agenda, you have to mention that why we set up this meeting, what we are going to do there, right? You have to set up a meeting. In this meeting, now you should know both the people thought process. You should know how to direct it, how to handle it. If the volume goes high, if someone fights other person, what to talk, you have to be very clear on it. I'm talking for the tough people. Some are normal people, very easy to handle, call for the coffee, talk to them. But when you face a tough people, you have to do all this groundwork. After groundwork, you have to go to the meeting. Now you have to start the meeting and make them to solve the problem. This is on the worst case. On the easy case, yes, you can call for the meeting and discuss. But I don't go for the option E directly because it may backfire. It may backfire. In different culture, people don't listen like that. They'll just slap you on the face. They'll call you, why the hell you call me for the meeting when you're not clear on what you're talking? You'll be like, oh man, you have to take a back step. That will not work. So we'll be a bit careful on it. You got that?